All right, here we go, seventh graders. This is the start of a new unit. This is unit 3, lesson 1. And we're going to talk about divisibility tests and factors. So we can use divisibility tests and find factors. So for example, if I look at my key concept, I see that we're going to kind of focus on a few divisibility rules for the numbers 2, 5, and 10. So how it kind of works is that an integer, which again is a positive or negative whole number, is divisible by 2 if it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So if I were, again, this whole divisibility and factors, this is working to develop our number sense. So again, you need to have this thing called number sense is what kind of helps you figure out how do these numbers go together, how does this number interact with this number, so on and so forth. And again, as you move forward, as you continue to move up in your math classes, having number sense is super important to continue to build and develop, because the concepts that you're going to learn in algebra and in geometry and algebra 2, those require you to have kind of a basic number sense. So that's kind of why we're doing this. So I can look at a number, and if I see that the last number ends in a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, again, notice that these are all even numbers, I know that it's going to be divisible by 2. If it's an odd number, such as 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, it's not going to be divisible by 2. Another number that we're looking at is 5. And again, if it's going to be divisible by 5, if it ends in a 0 or if it ends in a 5. And 10 is probably the easiest one, because we have like a tens. Our number system kind of works in tens. So if it ends in a 0, I know that it can be divisible by 10. So that one is probably the easiest one. So let's look at some examples. And again, it's really just determining, are these numbers divisible by the second? Yes or no. So if I look, I see that my last number is a 7, which is odd. So no, it is not divisible by 2, because the last digit is an odd number. Now, when I look at example B, I see, okay, my last digit is a 5. So yes, because the last digit, if it's divisible by 5, has to be a 0 or it has to be a 5. And then my very last example, 1,111, 120 by 10. Again, I see, hey, I've got this 0. So yes, it is divisible by 10. Because the last digit is a 0. So again, those ones are kind of, I would say, our easiest rules. Now for our rules for 3 and 9 are a little bit different. So how to figure out if it's divisible by 3 or 9 is we add up. So again, the sum means add up the digits and then check to see if that addition, those numbers that you've added, are divisible by 3 or divisible by 9. So I'm going to look at this first example, 567. So I'm going to say, okay, 5 plus 6 plus 7 equals 18. And now I want to say, is 18 divided by 3. Can we do 18 divided by 3? And I actually can do that. It equals 6. So this is not the correct answer, okay? It's not the correct answer. 6 is not the answer. But because it is divisible by 3 and we get an answer of 6, I can say yes, 567 is divisible by 3. So let's kind of do that same process as well, but this time we're going to do it for 9. So again, I'm going to take my digits, 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5, and that's going to give me 7. So the question I'm thinking about is, can 7 be divided by 9? Well, that's going to be no. So no, 1015 is not divisible by 9. Because when I add the digits up, I get 7, and 7 is not divisible by 9. All right, here's my last kind of real-world example. There are 20 students singing at a school concert. Each row of singers must have the same number of students. If there are at least 5 students in each row, what are all the possible arrangements? So I think, okay, if it's got to have at least 5, and I have 20 total, so I say, can 20 be divided by 5? Can 20 be divided by 6? 20 be divided by 7? 20 be divided by 8? 20 be divided by 9? And 20 be divided by 10. Now again, just using my number sense, I say, okay, if there are 5 people, so again, my question is, which one of these work? So I'm going to say, all right, I know that because it's dividing by 5, the last digit is a 0. I can say, yes, that works. Okay, so yes, that one works. I don't have a rule for 6, but if I count by 6s, 6, 12, 18, 24, I'm going to say that that's a no. Don't have a rule for 7s. Let's see here. 7, 14, 21. Nope. 8, 16, 24. Let's use my rule for 9. Oh, I do have a rule for 9. So I can add them up. I can say 2 plus 0 is 2. Can 2 be divided by 9? No. And then 10, however, I could. So I could say, I could use the last digit. It ends in a 0. Therefore, yes, it is a possible answer. So if I need at least 5 students in each row, I could have 5 students in 4 rows. Or I could have 10 students in 2 rows. Those are going to be my choices.